careful. One wrong move and you end up the ass licker. You're watching some porn, and there's two girls and a guy. One girl, she's clearly the star, but the other one, she ends up tonguing the dude's balloon knot while he fucks the shit out of the eating lady. That's what I'm afraid of.
Welcome to the show!
All right, horns up, metalheads. Time for another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. It is the Valentine's Weekend edition.
Ah, so we're just going to play love songs.
Love songs.
Yes, just love songs.
Think of Jerry and I as Radio Cupid.
With our arrows sticking out.
Yeah, in our diapers. That is so.
Yeah.
That's a mental image, isn't it?
That is. That'll probably make some people throw up in their mouth.
Yeah. Probably some people commit themselves. Hey, this week on the show, one of our favorite vocalists, and we really mean this. We say that a lot, but Jeff Scott Soto.
No, good dude, fun to talk to, good singer, great singer, man.
He's got a band called Soto. They've got a new...
Which is the best idea, because if you're going to name a band, you do it like Dokken. They can't kick out Don Dokken.
Exactly.
You can't get rid of Van Halen. You can't kick Van Halen out of Van Halen.
At one time, I thought about calling the show Red.
Yeah, we could have.
Yeah.
Or not.
Yeah, or not. All right. So we'll talk to him next hour. We've got News of the Weird and a lot of songs about love.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And
just love.
Love. So
just a lot of sweet songs.
But I think this one's kind of more of a theme song for us.
Oh,
let's kick the show off with a little...
About masturbating?
No, I can't find a song about that.
No, there are no songs about that, are there?
All right, well, here's Van Halen on Rock and Metal Revival.
Oh, we gonna fire it up? Is that what it is?
Light 'em up!
Light 'em up.
Are you the two guys that hate everything? Yeah. There's Ugly Kid Joe and Everything About You on Rock and Metal Revival.
That's a freaking Valentine's Day song if there ever was one.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Exactly what they were thinking about, you know.
I love it. From their first CD, America's Least Wanted. I'd like Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah.
Just pretty much a straightforward rock and roll band. Not a lot of bullshit there. Hey, Super Bowl. We got what we wanted.
Yes. I wanted to see Cam Newton whining and crying and looking like a bitch.
Big Newton. So, anyways.
He just, if you can sit there and be all cocky when you're winning, you know what? You need to fucking show a little class when you lose, too, douchebag.
Well, my whole concern is not... I don't even give a shit about the game, personally. But that halftime show...
Oh, that was terrible. Oh, man. Coldplay. Come on, really?
And then Beyonce going out and doing her Black Panther salute anti-cop thing. And Bruno Mars has got to be one of the worst lip singers I've ever seen in my life.
That was bad.
But here's Carlos Santana raised the question.
Yeah, why not?
You're doing a show in San Francisco. Why not have the great music that comes out of the San Francisco area as your halftime live?
Yeah.
You could have Metallica. You could have Santana, Journey, Montrose.
Yeah.
Just numerous artists.
I heard Ronnie was fired up for it.
That's bad,
he wouldn't
dude.
have been there.
That's bad.
No,
but like Sammy Hagar, there's just so much. The Dead, for Christ's sake. I mean, it would have been better than Beyonce.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Well, she was more entertaining to look at than Coldplay. Coldplay just sucked,
dude.
Man.
When she came out, did you hear any of the lyrics to that tune?
Were there lyrics?
Oh, God.
I wasn't listening.
And then, the worst part about it is...
I had the volume down.
The thing that pissed me off the most is that I found out after the fact, she did an anti-cop song, that she demanded that the sheriff's department out there give her a police escort in and out of the stadium.
Oh, nice.
What a bitch.
Yeah, I tell you.
That's why we hang out with people like the V and Lita and Doro, real women.
Yeah. Who aren't...
Leather.
Yeah.
Lizzie Hale would have never done that.
No.
She won't do our show either, but neither will Beyonce.
That's because she's got taste.
Yeah, exactly. So coming up next hour, Jeff Scott Soto. I mean, dude... he's been in so many bands. You know
what I liked about the halftime show?
What?
Is during when
I liked it when it ended.
When Coldplay was playing and they were showing a montage of all the good Super Bowl halftime shows. It was like, wow, that's cool. You're really fucking rubbing it in our face now that you're giving us this shit, and you've had these kind of acts on here, and now you're giving us this. Really, 50 years, and you're just sinking lower and lower Lower.
Speaking of the NFL, dude, I got my tickets today to see Brett Favre inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Are you going?
Yeah.
No, you're going to Canton?
Yeah.
Ah.
I got my tickets. My wife said,
Sweet.
my wife told me a long time ago, if he ever goes, we'll go. And I held her to it. And so we got the tickets this morning. And
Awesome.
But you know who the concert is? Tim McGraw. So I'm going to skip that. Friday night I'm going to be drunk somewhere.
Nice.
But anyways,
Hey, at least it's not Beyonce.
yeah, good. Yeah, because I certainly as hell wouldn't go to that. But going back to Jeff Scott Soto, I had to go back and listen to some of his old Yngwie stuff.
Yeah. Good
And
shit.
my first real...
He really had he sang in the upper register then, you know.
But my first introduction to Jeff Scott Soto was when he did Soul Circus with Neil Schon.
Oh, yeah.
That was some great stuff. And then a couple years ago, we had him on the show when he did that band Wet.
Yep.
And and then TSO.
Yeah. And he's got, what, this is the second
This
Soto
is the
album?
second Soto
I
album.
got the first one now.
Yeah,
And
so you'll be hearing more of that here on Rock and Roll Revival.
I checked some of it out. Good shit, man.
Speaking of a new album that we've been checking out, did you put Inglorious on here?
Yeah, they're on there.
All right. Well,
Man, my new favorite new band. Fucking just, it pisses me off because the songs get stuck in my head and I'm trying to sleep and I got these fucking songs running through my head.
well, I've already lined them up. They're going to be on the show.
Ah, sweet.
So we got an interview coming up with them. They're going to be on the show, I think, first week of March.
Ah, cool.
But right now, this is their latest single from the album Inglorious. This is called Until I Die. You're hearing it first right here on Rock and Metal Revival.
What is it? Exclusive.
First time play.
Yeah.
From the CD Revolution, they're on the Dead Daisies and Midnight Moses on Rock and Metal Revival. Dude, I dig that band.
Yeah, good stuff.
You know,
a lot of good musicians, and they just got a open door policy.
Yeah, well,
You're going to go do something else? We'll just throw somebody else. Got more people waiting to come in the band.
Yeah, Dizzy Reed and Richard Fortus left the band to do another project.
Yeah.
But it was funny, man.
I think they're joining KISS.
Why not? Everybody else is. But, Richard Fortus is like, yeah, dude, I'd love to do your show. And then all of a sudden, dude, I can't right now, but get back to me.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? They got a fucking gunslinger playing guitar for him now, brother.
Yeah.
Doug
yeah.
Aldrich.
Yeah, man. Dude,
But I guess my question there is, what happens to Burning Rain?
They've been just like a side project for him for so long. They haven't toured or anything.
Well, they got some dates set up.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, he's
one in Chicago.
gonna have to work that out. Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Would be.
Yeah, might have to go.
We might.
Might.
All right. It's time for news of the weird, and there is plenty of it.
No, there's not.
Really?
No. There's some, though.
We're going to start off right here in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Friendship, Wisconsin. Wisconsin jury has convicted a man who blamed eating beer-battered fish when he was picked up for his 10th drunk driving offense. Beer-battered fish.
Yeah. You figured that would work, man.
Yeah.
They must use a lot of beer in that stuff.
Well, for people around the country and around the world, Adams County is like Hazard County on the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh,
It is redneck as the day is long. All right, and they found this Adams County jury found 76-year-old John Prisbilla of Friendship guilty on Monday. In Wisconsin Rapids Tribune reports that Prisbilla faces up to 12 and a half years in prison for eating beer-battered fish.
Nice, man. You might have wanted to get, like, non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, court documents say the preliminary breath test showed Prisbilla had a blood alcohol content of 0.062.
Nice.
Okay, and the legal limit for Wisconsin residents with 3 or more drunken driving convictions is 0.02. So
if you do your math, you can figure out. Yeah, he was over the limit.
Ate
a lot of
fish.
He must have been there from
must have been an all-you-could-eat one.
Yeah, he must have been there from all day.
Not to mention those Pap Silos cans that went along with it.
Yeah.
All right. A man is accused of tossing Gator into Wendy's drive-thru window. What the hell? Oh,
he didn't have any cash.
Let's go to Florida.
No, this ain't in Wisconsin.
No, a Florida man in Jupiter is facing assault charges after Fish and Wildlife officials.
Is he in Florida or is he on Jupiter?
Yeah, he's in Florida.
Oh.
He thinks he's on Jupiter. Said he tossed a 3.5-foot live alligator in through the drive-thru window of Wendy's.
I thought it was like one of those little ones.
Holy shit.
Man, that's a big fucking...
Where's the beef? U.S. Marshals arrested 24-year-old Joshua James on Monday, charged him with assault with a deadly weapon and unlawful possession and transportation of an alligator. The incident occurred last October, but officials in the Florida Fish and Wildlife Department only tracked him down recently.
Because they had his fingerprints on the gator, or what?
I don't know. According to the incident report, James pulled up to the window at a Wendy's in Lackahochee, Florida, last fall and placed an order for a drink. After he got his beverage, investigators say he tossed the alligator, which he had in the back of his truck, into the restaurant kitchen. Investigators tracked down James using information on the receipt he received for his drink, according to NBC News.
Nice.
Hello, this is Chris Hansen.
Took him a long fucking time to
they can catch a predator quicker than this guy. All right, the alligator was eventually removed from the Wendy's and dropped dropped into a nearby canal.
And it was added to their meat. Just grind them up. Hey,
yeah, here's the best part.
Gator burgers today.
The guy's mom said her son told her about it and thought he was just joking around. She goes, I just thought it was a stupid prank. He does that stuff because he thinks he's funny.
Yeah, thinks he's going to... Yeah, when he's getting it boned from behind by somebody. Yeah, think about that gator. Boy, that was funny, wasn't it?
Boy, I'll tell you what.
Laugh it up, funny boy. Yeah. Gator boy.
Laugh it up, gator boy. Mama says. All right, vehicle falls through Wisconsin Lake's ice as parking lot collapses. This is right by us.
Yeah, I know some friends who had move their car just in time.
Really?
Yeah.
15 cars and trucks descended into a freezing lake of cold water. Call it a polar bear plunge for cars and trucks.
Yeah, they were it was a cold car wash.
Yeah, drivers of 15 vehicles parked on ice in Geneva Lake, would be Lake Geneva yeah. In Wisconsin, at the so-called Winterfest celebration this past Saturday, but the festivities were interrupted when the ice broke, police said. 5 of the vehicles that fell into the water were salvaged as their owners drove out of the chilly lake, but in the remaining 10 cars and trucks were totaled.
Oh, yeah, they just sunk, man. There were some people, there were some that were parked like 100 yards out onto that ice.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's like 45 degrees, and you're going to go park on that lake? We haven't had a whole lot of freaking really cold days to make that ice that thick. That was just stupid. But hey, parking was free.
Yeah, and but no one was injured in the incident. According to Lori Oberman, one of the car owners, she told Milwaukee television station WDJT, people park in the lake all the time, from what I understand. Today it was just a bad choice.
Yeah, from what I understand.
Oh, I didn't have any change, so I parked on the lake.
They usually don't do it in the spring and the summer, though. No.
8-year-old steals mom's gun, robs grocery store.
Way to go, bro.
His mother said she would have put her gun in a safe if she thought something like this could happen.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to do that anyway.
Yeah, an 8-year-old boy accused of attempting to rob a Florida grocery store with his mother's gun will not face charges, according to the state's attorney on Friday.
Way to go. He's off to a good start.
Yep.
Got released.
Yep, the boy walked into the King Food Market and Meat Bazaar in West Palm Beach Wednesday evening wearing a bike helmet and baggy clothing, police said. He's a gangster.
Man, he had a helmet on and everything.
And saggy pants.
Yeah.
He was wearing like a motorcycle helmet, and he was wearing a sweater over his mouth. Store clerk told the ABC affiliate he was only showing his eyes. Then the boy pulled the gun from his sweater and pointed at the cashier while demanding money.
Man.
This little brat.
Jeez.
He needs ass kicking. Surveillance video shows one clerk walking over to the boy, twisting his wrist and taking the weapon away. The gun was loaded. Boy, he'll look good in prison with that move.
Yeah.
But there was no bullet in the chamber. Now, the boy's mother told the station that her son had told her he was going to the park.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. Mini thugs. That's just fucked up.
That's terrible,
man. Lock up your goddamn guns, folks.
Lock up your kids, Jesus H.
Hell yeah.
All right, yeah, I got a perfect song to go out of that.
Oh, really?
Bit with. Here's some Wasp from their CD, The Last Command. This is Wild Child on Rockin' Metal Revival.
That's for sure, man. Wow. 8 years old. Starting them young these days.
The thug life.
Yeah.
Here's your latest hard rock and metal news on Rockin' Metal Revival.
All right, metalheads, time for some talking real metal. Get the kids next to the mics. I shouldn't say mics, but speakers.
Because we're next to the mics.
Yeah,
don't get them near me, goddammit, little kids.
You love
They'll
kids.
probably try to rob us.
Rob us, yeah.
Fucking little 8-year-old kids and their guns.
Once you hear this news, you are going to be up to date on everything that's going on.
Yeah, you are going to be
knowledgeable.
You are going to... No,
that's true.
We don't want to do...
No,
we don't want to spread knowledge.
No, all right.
That's bad.
Zach Wild says to Phil Anselmo, what are you doing, man? No shit.
Yeah, he's really fucking stepped in it.
If he ever thought he was going to get any kind of Pantera reunion, that pretty much killed him right there.
There's a big chunk of money that just got flushed down the toilet.
And that's what Zach was thinking, too.
Yeah.
Ex-Megadeth guitarist Marty Friedman says Metallica's Black LP is the single most important album in metal. I have to disagree.
I don't know. Yeah.
I would have to say probably the original Black Sabbath album. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, but the Black Album really made it mainstream.
But that didn't make it most in metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Black Album. Don't get me wrong.
It was pretty fucking popular.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Everybody had a copy.
Yeah.
Guns N' Roses rumor Izzy Stradlin is going to take a limited role in the reunion. That's good. I'm glad that they're getting more of the original members back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Sammy Hagar on possible return to Van Halen. We'll see what happens, when it happens, if it happens.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I like Van Halen with Sammy.
Yeah, he could sing.
Hey, Lita Ford schedules some book signing appearances. One not far from us, bud. On the 25th. Yeah,
in Chicago. I ordered the book. So.
Yeah. Ace Frehley's Origins Volume 1 to feature guest appearances by Paul Stanley / Mike McCready from Pearl Jam and Lita Ford. Kind of interesting that Paul Stanley is on that.
Yeah, he's singing. Well, he didn't weren't in the studio together.
No, but he agreed to do it.
Yeah, well,
after they bashed the shit out of him. I don't get it. I don't.
Have you heard that White?
I heard the White Room.
Terrible fucking singing.
Yeah.
It sounds like fucking Donald Trump singing to me.
Just
there was no vocals.
Just because you're voting for him. All right, Metallica.
I'm such a Trump fan.
You're such a Republican.
Trumpeter.
Hey, if you want to and need to send any Republican stuff, you can send it to Jerry at Rocket Metal Revival.
I really am.
Yeah. He's like the son of George W. Metallica is slogging away at new album, says Kirk Hammett. What's slogging?
I don't know. That means they're working very slowly.
Slowly, yeah. Mike Portnoy. Boy, this is bad. It's cold out, man.
Yeah. We're inside.
My brain is freezing.
We're inside. You can't use that excuse.
Yeah, you finally brought us inside. First show inside all year. Would surely welcome opportunity to play with Dream Theater again. I don't want him to do that.
No, I don't.
Stick with the Winery Dogs.
Yeah.
Former Queensryche singer Jeff Tate is working on a new jazz album. Jerry is the first one on the pre-order list.
He's got to do something. He's trying to be metal when he doesn't want to be metal, just to show that he can still be metal, and he's not.
Why don't we should get him in touch with Stone. Stone's doing jazz now.
Yeah, there you go.
Artist selected to create statue of Motorhead's Lemmy for Rainbow Bar and Grill. Have you ever been down there on Sunset?
I've drove by it a couple times when I was down in L.A.
Yeah. I've never been to L.A.
Yeah.
I should go there
drove
sometime.
Down the Strip, man.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah.
Your band never played there back in the 80s?
No. Never made it there.
Not enough drugs?
No.
All right. Guns N' Roses, Welcome to the Jungle, featured in Taco Bell's Super Bowl commercial.
I didn't see that one.
Neither did I.
Must have been taking a piss.
Megadeth's Dave Mustaine says David Ellison is not my right-hand guy.
No, he's got other people who jerk him off, I guess.
Exactly, yeah.
Ellison said, no, I'm not going to do that when he came back to the band.
Korn's Ray Luzier.
Yeah.
I'm the original drummer in Steel Panther.
Back when they were metal school, he was the drummer.
Cool.
And Styx took over because he had to go on tour with somebody.
Oh, Luzier?
Yeah, Luzier.
Probably with King's X.
No, David Lee Roth.
Oh, okay.
He went on tour with David Lee Roth, and Styx took over.
Yeah, sticks it in you?
Yeah, sticks it in you.
All right. James Hetfield doesn't think Metallica will ever be invited to play Super Bowl halftime.
No, I don't think so.
Could be in Tools, and you might. Slipknot, Hollywood Vampires, and Alice in Chains to headline Wisconsin Rockfest. I'm going to that day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
A friend of ours is playing in that, Roland Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's playing that day with Slipknot.
Yeah.
Not with Slipknot, but on the same stage.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Tim Ripper Owens doesn't accept blame for changing Judas Priest sound on Juggulator.
He didn't do it. And the sound didn't really change that much to begin with. Just the vocals changed a little bit.
To be honest with you, Tim did what they told him to do.
Yeah. It wasn't he wasn't running the ship.
Didn't you see Rockstar? Jesus.
Yeah. Man, I tell you.
Well, that's going to end up...
hey, speaking of Rockstar, somebody sang in there that we're having on the show today.
What?
Didn't Jeff
Jeff Scott Soto sang it. Oh, we didn't ask him about that.
Yeah.
But he's coming up next hour. And right now, another great Valentine's song for this Valentine's weekend from our friends in Bobaflex from their CD Charlatans Web. This is I'm Glad You're Dead on Rock and Metal Revival.
Such a beautiful song.
This portion of Rock and Metal Revival is brought to you by...
Hello.
I'd like to ask a few questions about this breakfast cereal.
Yeah, box of tricks.
That's right. I've been led to understand that tricks are exclusively for children. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, they say tricks are for kids in the commercials.
And is that enforced by law?
Not to my knowledge, no.
So if I purchase these tricks, there'll be no trouble?
No, you should be fine.
You do understand that I myself am not a child?
I was able to sniff that out, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bring these back to my apartment.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
And I won't be followed.
No, that's not in our budget here.
Hey, I won't forget what you've done for me here today.
I would prefer that you do.
There's brand new music from a brand new band called Sons of Texas. It's the title track from their CD, Baptized in the Rio Grande on Rock and Metal Revival. I'm digging this band, dude.
Yeah.
You know how you're like really into Inglorious right
Yeah.
now? I can't take this Sons of Texas CD out of my player.
I haven't even had a chance to listen to the whole thing. I'm going to have to take it out in the shop and listen to it when I'm out there.
It's pretty heavy, you know,
Yeah.
and it reminds, like I said, reminds me a lot of Pantera, Black Label Society, and
it's heavy. I don't
Texas,
like heavy music.
Texas Hippie Collection or Coalition got together at an orgy.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like heavy music.
Think about that.
I'm really into the Barry Manilow kind of stuff, you know.
Really?
Yeah, you know me.
I know. The other day I come in for listeners. I come in here and Jerry's playing his guitar, and I'm like, man, I haven't heard that song in years. Then I realized he was playing Mandy from Barry Manilow. So, but
That was it.
Yeah. Oh, Mandy. Yes. So.
You gave it.
Oh, that's terrible, dude.
I know.
Let's get to some
I
news.
took my singing lessons from Chris Aiken.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back and play some Soto. I love this band, man. Yeah. The new song's called Freak Show. Coming up, we're going to talk to Jeff Scott Soto right here on Rock and Metal Revival. There's brand new music from Jeff Scott Soto. The song's called Freak Show from his brand new album coming out called Divax. And I tell you what, dude, one of our probably favorite vocalists that we have on Rock and Metal Revival is Jeff Scott Soto. And we are happy to have him back. It's been a long time, been 3 years, but on the phone with us is Jeff. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I think I owe you guys some money for that introduction.
No, we mean it, you know, because
we will accept it.
We will accept cash, yeah.
We'll take check.
Awesome.
We'll take
let me give you a
too.
little correction. It's not Jeff Scott Soto album. The name of the band is called Soto.
Okay.
And I'm just a singer. I'm just like a secondary figure in the band. But the proper title is actually Divax. If we're gonna get technical about it.
Let's get technical.
Yeah.
And the title comes from my wife is actually Bulgarian, and we go to Bulgaria every summer. Last year we were there, and they have a big stray cat epidemic out there. Her and her kids were outside dumping the trash, and when they came back upstairs, they came back up with this little black kitten that they found by the dumpster. And I'm like, you guys are crazy. What are you doing? You know, I thought the thing was going to be wild, and it was the tamest, the cutest little thing. It was almost like it came from a family already. It was only like 4 months old. So we decided to keep it for the whole summer, try to find a home for it. Nobody wanted it. We spent close to $1,500 to fly it to Los Angeles. So basically the cat came from the dumpsters of Bulgaria to the hills of Los Angeles. And now the cat's all, you know, civilized and in a nice home and everything, he's showing his wild side. And the word Divax is actually it means wild, savage, crazy, and my wife is constantly cursing him out in Bulgarian, and one of the main words she uses is Divax. And I said, what is that? You keep saying this word. And when she said it's crazy, wild, and savage, I thought that was a great description of the new album, and there you go. That's why the new album is called Divax.
You know, that almost sounds like a Disney movie.
Well, I wanted to be a little more metal than a Disney movie, guys. Come on.
But I mean, from the trash cans of Bulgaria to the hills
of California. Yeah,
I can hear that movie phone voice guy right now.
It's the feel good story of the year. Well,
awesome.
So you got this album's coming out just around the corner, and
Yes,
Jeff,
sir.
tell us a little bit about who you're working with on this album.
The band, it's the second album. It's a sophomore album from the same lineup as the first album, and they are also the same lineup as my touring band when it was just Jeff Scott Soto. When I was doing, we've been doing tours together for 2009. We're going on 7 years now we've been together. And that's a bit of time that these guys put in with me as kind of hired guns for my band, but we had such an amazing chemistry when it was time to turn it into a band. I went to them first and said, do you guys want to do this with me, instead of me going out and starting a whole new lineup and trying to find that chemistry elsewhere. And they all jumped in with me with both hands and feet first, and we never looked back. First album, we had a bit of a snafu. We had a few mismanagements along the way, a few bumps in the road, and no real game plan. But this time around, myself and a managing partner, we basically got the whole game plan together, and everything's ready to go. Everything seems to be going as exactly how it should be going. We got tours lined up. We've got a bunch of feature stuff lined up, and the album is already getting a lot of attention. So here we are.
Well, how do you find time to do your own album? You've got TSO. You in last year you did the Joel Hoekstra. You worked on that with him.
That album's really good.
Which was a fantastic
Thank you.
album. And I mean, Jeff, where do you find time?
You know what? It's not as bad as people think. Especially, I've been doing this 31 years. When this is your life, it literally is like what you guys do for a living. You have a whole platform of things you have to set up. You map it out, and you just do it. You diagram exactly what you need to get done. You put it in a time frame, and you just get it done. It's not rocket science to do what you do for a living. We are musicians by trade. We're songwriters. We're performers and artists. So you take all that knowledge and all that experience, and you just keep rolling with it, and you keep churning out, hopefully, what people consider quality material.
So you did the TSO tour this winter. How did that go? A lot of empty seats?
Yeah, exactly. This is my 8th year with TSO. I think it was 8th or 9th tour. I lost count by now. And yeah, it seems to just keep growing and growing every year. It is an extravaganza in its own self. I'm so privileged to be a part of that family. It's something that they built from the ground up, and they got me in when the getting was good, but the getting keeps getting better. And the fact that I'm part of that machine and part of that family, I couldn't be happier. And it comes around the time of year when everything gets quiet for most artists. There's not really much going on out there in November, December, and this gives me an opportunity to do something with a bunch of people I love, and we get to go out there and entertain the masses.
Yeah, because I'm a big Savatage fan, so I just get a kick out of seeing old folks out there just rocking to some old Savatage, having no idea that this was a metal tune, man.
Yeah, it is kind of cool. I mean, you got ages from 7 to 70, and to see that bridge, just the crossover of the audience is just unbelievable. From you see Grandma with her reindeer crocheted sweater, and next there's a kid with a Megadeth T-shirt. It's amazing.
Now, Jeff, you mentioned earlier that you've got tours in the works and plans. Are you looking at a North American tour, or are we talking about European Summer Festival?
We are unfortunately only embarking on exactly five U.S. dates so far. The first one being next Friday, actually, next Thursday. We're starting up in Boston. We've got a date in New York City, Poughkeepsie, Pittsburgh, Orlando, and Baltimore. And then we hop on the Monsters of Rock cruise just after that. They're kind of warm-up dates for the Monsters cruise. But I kind of wanted to feel the waters out as well, because I haven't done anything in the U.S. since 2007 when I did a solo run right after I got fired from Journey. And I don't really know what's out there. We don't know what's out there. I don't know what to expect. So we're testing the waters. We're going to see if there's indeed some kind of interest for Soto, for myself, and if we can get out there and prove this as a successful run, we're definitely going to push for more. I'm hoping. I'm just going to say it's going to be after the summer, because we're pretty much working all the way through the end of May, and then summer begins. And usually it's all the festivals and everything, but we missed that mark because the album was coming out, in the spring, and we didn't really get to hit the summer festivals this year. So I'm hoping to do that for next year.
Well, Jeff, with the body of work that you've had over your career, when you go out with Soto, do you go back into that catalog at all, or is it just straight stuff from the band right now? Yeah,
you know what? I really wanted to only go into the catalog of the new band because we are trying to brand ourselves as a band. It's not a revival. I already did that dance as Jeff Scott Soto. That was kind of the basis of me going out and doing solo tours, is I could kind of mix and match. It was a kind of a JSS smorgasbord. But I don't really want to do that so much with Soto because I don't want that confusion of it to be looked upon as a novelty band or as a nostalgic band. We will, of course, tap into some of the more popular, the more referenced resources from my career. But it's not going to be like a 50-50 where you're going to hear all the Malmsteen and all the other stuff that you would expect to hear at a Jeff Scott Soto show. It's mainly a Soto band, Soto show. We're going to, especially now with the new album, we have 2 albums to draw from. We're going to concentrate on this as a band, and of course we will tap into a few things to surprise people and make them happy that they probably wouldn't expect.
So I noticed on your website you got a thing for Spotify. Are you into the Spotify? I mean, a lot of artists really think it's kind of a ripoff.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a firm believer, and crucify me if you want to. I'm a firm believer that get people to listen to the music no matter what the source is. The fact, even Spotify, even though it pays pennies to the dollar, it's paying more than somebody downloading it for free. So they're checking it out. They're listening to it, and they're getting to know if they want a copy of it, they're going to buy a copy of it. But that's the bottom line. If they like it and they don't buy a copy of it, but they really want to see the band live, then my work is done in that sense. If they're going to download it for free, it's the same thing. It's not going to help our pockets. It's not going to help the record company's pockets, but it's going to give interest in the band, and it's going to make the awareness bigger for people to actually want to come see us live. And that's the bottom line. I mean, that's since the first rock band out there, it was always about the album is basically something to get people interested in the band to want to go see them live. You can't download the experience of going to a live show. You can download a bootleg, but you can't download the experience of standing there and getting your own opinion, your own expression of what a live concert's all about. And that to me is more important than somebody getting the album for free or buying it.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, I was listening to Freak Show, and my only critique is, you think it could have added some cowbell there?
What are you talking about? The cowbell's in there.
There's some play. No, it needs to be louder.
There is a cowbell. Come on, we got Will Ferrell in there. He laid down the cowbell. Of course, you just got to listen a little better.
Oh, that was it. That was it. I didn't have headphones on. That was probably it's probably one of those kind of things.
That's subliminal.
Yeah, you have to have the ultrasonic beats, the ones that have a frequency between 30,000.
That only a dog can hear.
Yeah,
exactly. No, it does. I called those kind of songs. We had a song on the first album called The Fall. I call those the kitchen sink songs because truly everything in the kitchen sink is on those mixes, and I feel sorry for my poor engineer. You turn in certain songs and he's got like 96 tracks to mix a stinking rock song.
Yeah, to try to mix them all so you can hear a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
So Jeff, is the new CD available for pre-order right now on iTunes?
I don't know if it is yet in the U.S. because the U.S. label just came into the picture. It's going to be released with E1 Music again, but it is going to be simultaneous release, thank God. Last year we had that misfortune of releasing the album in Europe in 1 month, and then it wasn't available for several months after. So it was a big mishmash of when can we get it, where can we get it, and that really hurt us in the end. But now we've got the simultaneous release on April 1st. I believe the pre-order for the U.S. version is going to be coming out, be announced soon because we finally turned in all the goods, and this is what they were waiting for. We literally just turned everything in on Friday last week, so they're getting all their end together, and this is why the promo machine is starting now with you guys.
You sure they're not messing with you? Because April 1st is, April Fool's Day.
You know what? That was actually between me and the general manager of the label in Europe. We kind of came up with that date as a joke because I wanted to go end of March, that type of thing. I just wanted it out there before we started our European tour. And he said, "What about April Fool's Day?" I said, "Yeah, you know what? I have actually got a couple April Fool's tricks up my sleeve for the just before the release is out. So perfect."
Sweet. Sweet.
Are we going to see it on vinyl? Because we're loving vinyl right now.
We have discussed that, and again, it's mainly about the interest and to see what we can garner out there. They don't want to go into unnecessary costs if the album's not selling.
I get it.
There's no interest. Yeah, it's a wait and see thing. I did express that it would be a great promo item to have, and we're definitely looking into that and getting it out on vinyl.
All right. Well, Jeff, if people want to find out more about you and your band Soto, where's the best places to go online to find out about what's going on?
The main website is sototheband.com. And, of course, jeffscottsoto.com. Everything is always linked back to me. And, of course, Facebook is facebook.com/SotoOfficial. And, of course, the same with facebook.com/Jeff Scott Soto. God, I can't keep up with all this stuff.
I know.
It's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's on everything.
And slash is everywhere.
Slash is everywhere.
Well, we're feeling pretty fortunate right now. We have a new tune from Soto that we're looking forward. This is the first time here for us, and the song's called "Weight of the World." Jeff, tell us a little bit about this one before we get out of here.
Yes, sir. It's the first officials. We have an intro on the album called Divax, and then it goes right into "Weight of the World," which is the first song that launches the album. It's going to be the first official single. First official video, but the second single from the album, and that's going to be coming out. Again, just before the album is dropping and just before we hit the road. So you guys get the exclusive.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Turn this up. It's Soto, Jeff Scott Soto. You're welcome on Rock and Metal Revival anytime.
Awesome, man. I look forward to meeting and hang with you guys. And in the meantime, thank you for all the support and loyalty.
There's brand new music from the band Soil and called Way Gone on Rock and Metal Revival. And speaking of our buddy Roland Bell, who we had spoke about earlier, he's going to be playing with Soil here in the area coming up. His band will be opening for Soil.
Is he going to have to wash? He's going to have to wash up afterwards, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. He gets his old lady would get pissed.
That band.
You go wash up. You've been out there playing in the soil.
Did you see his new side project, Torn Between, at my birthday party?
Yes, I did.
I think that
They got potential.
They got potential, and
they're looking for a guitarist, though.
Yeah.
So you should probably audition.
I'm a bass player, dude.
Oh,
you know.
Come on, you can. All bass players play guitarists.
Why don't you join up in it?
No, I don't.
Right. No,
I'm not into what they're playing.
Okay, so we want to thank Jeff Scott Soto for coming on the show. That was very cool. He's a good guy, and
he calls on time.
Yeah.
A minute early.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you're not a rock. That's not how rock stars do it. You make us wait.
You make us wait forever. Yeah, so make sure you check out Soto, and next week we'll play some stuff off that first album.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll be doing that for sure. Next week, I really don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
We don't know who we're going to have.
Oh, I know who our guest is.
Well, for sure?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay. Well, don't
can I give a hint?
Yeah, I guess you can give a hint.
All we are. That's all I'm going to say. All we are.
Okay. That's a good hint.
Is that a good hint?
That's a good hint.
All right, and coming up on the show, we're going to have Inglorious, we'll have Monster Truck, and many other bands on the way. And once again, as always, we want to thank our affiliates. We want to thank Megarock Radio, Uncontrolled Noize, and Rock Rage Radio for keeping Rock and Metal Revival on the air. You can keep up with us on our website. Also, you can keep up with us on our Facebook. We're still on Spreaker, just the talk versions.
Yep. If you want to hear the music versions, you got to listen to the affiliates.
The affiliates. And also, we're on iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio. There's plenty of chances for you to hear if you want to hear Jerry and I just ramble.
Yeah. Because that's pretty much
exactly what we're about.
We're rambling, man.
So, what do you say we play another song from Jeff Scott Soto? Actually, it's not from him. It's from the Joel Hoekstra CD.
Oh, yeah. You want to do that?
Yeah, and the CD's called Dying to Live, and the song, a great song for this Valentine's weekend called Until I Left You.
It's another love
song.
Yeah.
So until next week, remember, don't drink and drive.
Smoke and fly.
Peace.
This brings to an end another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. If you enjoyed it, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell two. Until next time, this is Rock and Metal Revival.
So who put his hoo-hoo dilly in your cha-cha?
To catch the whole show of Rock and Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Megarock Radios on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noize Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on uncontrollednoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rock and Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rock and Metal Revival.